So today on Neat Unfiltered, we have a rapper, songwriter, record producer, actor, and a member of the legendary group, Wu-Tang Clan. My brethren, my twin, Method Man.
What's up, twin?
What's happening, brethren?
You know what it is, brother.
Already, man. Thanks for joining me, man.
Absolutely, anytime.
It's an honor, man. It's an honor.
Thank you, brother. I'm sitting with one of the Bearcats' finest right now, man. Dang that, a New Jersey net finest too. Came on.
I'm talking about, man. Appreciate the love, brother. It's always love every time we bump into each other, and always has been from day one, man. When I stepped into the East Coast, man, that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me ask you this before we get started. Does anyone who gets to call you Clifford?
I don't know. I mean, it is. It's just a name, you know. I'm named after my father. I'm proud of that. You know, he's a senior. But usually, a lot of my family just call me Shotgun, especially on my father's side. You know, I just Clifford than anything else. You did. Yeah. But when you get famous, people get familiar, and sometimes they do it in the street. And I don't really get offended by it. I only get offended when they call me Shotgun. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, because they don't know you like that.
All right. They don't know me to be calling me Shotgun, and my mama still call me that. So, hey, that's really personal.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm saying I dig it. Like I definitely dig it, man. So, yeah, so how was it growing up, man, on the East Coast, man? Like, how was that life like as a young black man in New York City? I've heard rumors and things like that, but how was that time growing up in, in that environment?
Honestly, I always thought I was lucky. I always thought I was lucky to even be born in New York, let alone be raised in New York. Because for some reason, New York just always, was always synonymous with what was hip. And for a minute, we was like the center of the universe, in my opinion. But once the 80s, that was my teenage, really. I had just graduated in high school, 85. So, things were changing. Even I was changing. And my mother had to send me away. And first she sent me to live with my father. Ain't nothing changed there. So sent me back to my mother, who then sent me to live with her family in Indiana. So I stayed there for about a year, and they sent my ass back, and it's been New York ever since, man. So
you was a problem child like that?
I mean, not even a problem child. She was just trying to keep me out of what was starting to happen in New York, and it worked. Because when I came back home from Indiana, brother, I mean, dudes that I went to junior high school with, we high schoolers now, they already had cars or scooters and just crazy jewelry. And I'm looking like, what in the hell happened? Like, somebody just farted money in his, like, he was getting paid. It was just something,
For shit show.
And I think my mother saved me, because I probably had like maybe 1 or 2 felonies. For real.
Yeah, because a lot of them dudes is doing that and getting jammed up at an early age. I could only imagine, man. You seeing that?
I'm good. Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I was in a, being raised with my moms and my 2 sisters, being the only guy, I spent a lot of time in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes my mother would wake up, it'd be 7 a.m, I'm already gone. Out just, I don't know. I was just doing things. I was just getting into shit. You know what I mean? And I'm talking like 8 years old. I'm not coming home till 11 o'clock at night. But that was just me. That was just shot. That was shot.
I get it. I'm saying that's the perfect name for a little motherfucker like you. I could only imagine, man.
Yeah,
like running around just doing what you want to. Yeah, doing what you want to, marching to your own beat. I could only imagine.
Yes, sir. Shoot, I should have
So what
been
made you want to start getting into rapping, though? How old when you wanted to start rapping, man?
It just happened. When I moved to Staten Island from Long Island, and I don't know. I just gravitated. I could have hung out with any group at that point because I was the new guy in that area. So, but I gravitated to the guys that rapped. I didn't gravitate to the guys that, you know, drank 40 ounces and played ball or, you know, sold drugs over here. No, I gravitated to the MCs and dudes that like to rhyme. And, you know, you sit in on enough sessions, you start to pick up a few things. And for me, it was amazing to see people my age, 13, 14 years old, rhyming like professionals, sometimes even better. Yeah. So once I picked up my pen, Raekwon the chef convinced me to. I always wanted to, but I never really wanted to jump in because I thought these guys were so good. So I attempted to write my first rhyme.
You and Raekwon grew up together?
The majority of the Wu. Yeah. Real talk. Okay. Myself, U-God, Dat, who else? Shit, don't make me forget Ghost. Ghost was always there. Yeah, the majority of us, stand down, for real. Oh. But you know, Chef convinced me to write my first rhyme, and it came off hot. It was tight shit, you know. For me, it was a highlight of my day because it was the first time I ever did something that I created and people responded to it well, you know.
So let me ask you this: Do you remember that first rhyme?
Not really. I only know certain bars from it. You know, okay. It was. I ain't even have a rap name then. My name was still Cliff.
Yeah, so you put Cliffs in there. So yeah, so there was a little hot little bar that had Cliff in there somewhere. I dig it. Yeah. I dig it. So when did you get? So how many rap names did you have before you had Meth, or was Meth like the thrown in there and you pick one and you like what? Just threw it to the wall and see what stuck.
You know what it was? I went through a lot of different rap names. I was the Smurfy MC when I was about 12. I was MC Magnetic, Mace, MC Mace. Yeah, I was Mace before. And then it was Shaquan the Panty Raider and the Crowd Seducer.
Hold on, let's talk about him. Let's talk about him. How old was he? How old was that little mannish ass little boy?
16, 17, and I was talking about it's a panty raid, it's a panty raid. Word. I had a little tape and all that circulating. It had panty raid on there, a song called My House, and a song called Rhoda. All of them was about getting pie you.
Already got that first piece and lost his damn mind.
Lost my mind. You know what though? You can honestly, if you watch your boys, if you're a father and you have boys, it's certain thing that you could tell when they lose their virginity. You know how? Little boys, when they walk, they have like this bop in they step where it's like a real goofy kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, you know, but when they get some coochie, I'm sorry I'm saying this. This sounds a lot, but when they do,
you good, nigga. You on my show, shit. We talk about whatever. Shit, let's get it.
When they do, their whole walk change. You got to look for it. That bounce is gone. It turned into a sway now. It's like
you know what I'm saying? Like you start feeling
they lose that bop. That's it, boy. They innocence is gone.
Yeah, sir. You know, I got a 19-year-old, so you know he was around the house. Like I remember when he got his first shot. Yeah, his whole little thing changed. You know what I'm saying? I got a 15-year-old too, and he's still on his toes around here.
On his tippy toes, right? I told you they get on them heels once they touch something, though. But tell him take his time. If I can give any young man advice, take your time, baby.
You know what I'm talking about? Don't rush into it, baby.
Do not, unless you like Sharon. No, I'm joking. Sharon is Caron. There you go.
Oh, that's what they say. So after you was the panty raider, so then what?
So it progressed over the years, you know. It was more or less like I want to be known for just girl rhymes. Plus, the whole movement of hip hop was changing. It went from, because at this point, a lot of the cats were wearing suits now. I mean, what jumps into my mind off top is maybe like a Father MC, who I love, by the way. I'm not taking nothing away from Father MC, but they were opening the door to make hip hop more acceptable, more pleasing to the eye, I guess, for, you know, I mean, to make it a more credible thing. We didn't, I guess guys thought they had to dress up a certain way, but anyway, they were wearing suits and nobody could really identify with that from where we were from. We didn't have suits. If anybody had a suit, they had that one suit and they wore it to church because their mother made them go.
Church and Easter.
But the bottom line, but the majority of us, even in New York on Easter, by the time you was 11 years old, you ditched the suit. It was whatever was hot that year. It's like, for me, it was, I had a pair of Clyde Pumas, you know what I'm saying? With some, I think they was Lee jeans with a tiger shirt. The suits was gone. It was like, that's how we was getting down. But, you know, in that whole era right there, it was like, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Damn.
Father MC wearing the suits and shit.
Yeah, there we go. And that whole time we looking at it and we like, okay, I mean, it's cool and all that, but we want to give the people something a little more different, something more grimy. And then we get an Onyx and then we start getting all these grimy, you know, just off the chain, just hood dudes. And we can identify with these dudes more and stuff like that. So, you know, before that even happened, the rhyme style had changed because I found myself having to, you know, battle my peers. And not even really battle, but, you know, they say a rhyme and you trying to one up them. So you say your rhyme and then, but you always hold off your best one for last, you know?
Yeah.
And through that battling mentality, I mean, some hard ass rhymes was written. So by the time Wu-Tang was even formed, we was already ready for battle. You know, we was ready for war.
Already. So by the time 93 came, y'all was ready.
Hell yeah. What? Bottom line.
Take on whoever and wherever, however.
Yes, 99% of the Clan members were instrumental in making a lot of the tapes that was circulating, you know, around Staten Island and in Brooklyn at that time. You know what I'm saying? Just from making tapes at RZA's house, that kind of thing. Ghetto Celebs first, and this was before we was even a group, but we were all in that house together. Rhyming. I mean, Ghostface, I forgot how old he turned this year, but I remember we all met down in Stapleton and all we did all night, Dirty was there that night too. All we did all night was rhyme. Somebody had a little radio with beats and RZA had his beats on there and he kept playing his beats and dudes was going in all night long. It started raining out that motherfucker.
Yeah, I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that mud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, I could only imagine, man. Yeah, so that what led to the group thing. A
lot of us learned our styles.
Already. Yeah. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So that led to the Wu, and all y'all was able to have a successful career as well. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? How big was that for each one of y'all to be able to come together as a group and still stand on your own as an MC?
Well, honestly, I attribute all that to RZA and his vision for what he wanted the group to be and how he wanted us to attack the industry. And Steve Rifkin gets a lot of credit also for even agreeing to a deal that basically gave away the artists that he had within the group. And by that happening, we changed the game, literally. Not changing the game where brothers use it like, it's so cliche to say it now. We actually changed the game. And the point I'm trying to make is that when we came in, it was unheard of for these labels to even work together, let alone let other people sign their artists.
Yeah.
And we got that done. And like I said, we were making tapes at RZA's house, whether we were by ourselves, 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us, all of us there, just doing it for the fun of it anyway. So when it was time to break apart, it was the same as Voltron. So when he gave the Voltron analogy, he was basically saying, look, we're devastating as one. And separately, we're just as dangerous. So you can't take anything for granted with this group. And I love that right there. I mean, that's part of the mystique of Wu-Tang Clan. And I feel like that's why we resonate with the fans so much.
Hey, I just want to know how it feels to win a Grammy. That's what I want to know. Like, how is that feeling? Because not everybody that do it can say they got one. Like, them things hard to come by, bro. Listen.
You Right, you're absolutely right. But I got mine. Let's say I got it pre-recorded, so it was kind of, I don't know, bittersweet. I mean, I was happy to get a Grammy. Don't get me wrong, but it was announced pre-Grammys, meaning
Yeah.
when I walked in, me and the wife walked in. I sat down. A usher who was sweeping the aisles, you know, to clean up the spot before everybody came in, came up and was like, "Meth, what you doing sitting here?" I'm like, "What you mean?" He was like, "Yo, you won." It's like, "Stop lying." He was like, "I swear on everything, they called your name." So I walked up to the front of the stage, while they were still building shit, walked up to the lady and I was like, "My name Method Man, I think I won." And she was like, "Okay, come with me," brought me in the back. They gave me a mock Grammy and started asking me questions. That was it. That was it.
Shit.
That's what they thought of rap. That's what they
Yeah.
thought of rap at that point in time. Now, as far as Mary, that was her first Grammy. So, you know, I can hold that dear to my heart that, you know, I actually won my first Grammy when Mary won her first one. So we kindred spirits in that sense.
That's what's up. And to be the only, I'm saying another accomplishment, to be the only feature on Big's Ready to Die album, man. That's dope. I did not know that much as I listened to music and been listening to y'all, like I really didn't pay attention. But yeah, you are the only person that own. Like now that they say, I'm like, damn, that's right.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. And I'll give all due respect to Tracy Waples. Funny story about that too, because at this point in time, Wu-Tang is rolling. And RZA is more or less like battening down the hatches. We're not doing no songs with nobody. We're not giving this money away. Don't do no features. Yeah. Copy that. The Biggie thing comes up. Tracy comes and picks me up. I snuck and went and did that record, brother. I was not supposed to do it. I snuck and went and did that record, and the rest is history. Then I did it again when I went and did the record with Redman. And to this, not even to this day, I'll say like a few years back, it was brought up about how I was supposed to have another video for my album, but the fact that I did the show soundtrack and did the song with Redman kind of took away from I didn't care about hearing any of that shit though. Because at the end of the day, I got a movie and a TV show out there.
Hell yeah, look what came from it. Shit, you can't have no regrets. Can't have no damn regrets. What I'm saying about that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's what came from it.
And they don't even. My clan love Redman.
Already did shit. They should. Because I'm saying, so speaking of such gentlemen, how was that like dynamic with you and him? You know what I'm saying? Making albums and movies and things like that. Like, how was that dynamic, man?
Well, it could have been Shaky Dog. And I attribute a lot of the credit to Redman because it could have been Shaky Dog. He was Redman. He was already in the game a year and a half prior to Wu-Tang even coming in the gate. Then you got this Method Man, man coming in, same label, Afro. He got a grimy sense to himself too, but that was just because Staten Island and Jersey is just a bridge apart, and a lot of people from Jersey migrated to Staten Island, as well as people from Brooklyn migrated to Staten Island. Anyway, I come in, first time I met Redman, it's how you meet somebody for the first time and stuff, and we always loved this dude. So for me, it was like, I'm gonna play it cool, and for him, it was like, I'm gonna play it cool too, even though he had came out to our independent record, Protect Your Neck, when it was still independent, on a Russell Simmons pay-per-view concert called Fat Jam. And the whole Staten Island loved him ever since then. So it was, I won't say it was icy at first or dicey. We kind of hit it off in the beginning on some, he went his way, I went my way, but it was all amicable.
Yeah.
And Kevin Liles came up with the idea of putting us out on a tour together and calling it Month of the Man, because at this same time, Puppy put together a Bad Boy package where he called it Big Mac, and he had Biggie and Craig Mack together, and their promo was like a Big Mac, like McDonald's. Killed that right there. So they put out the Month of the Man, me and Doc, and Doc, I'm pretty sure they went to him first and asked him if he would, agree to it or how he felt about it or whatever. And being the guy that he is, this is why everybody loved Redman. He has no ego whatsoever. He was more or less like, yeah, let the little nigga come on the tour. Let's go.
Yeah.
So me and Doc go out on the tour together, man. And I mean, we have been inseparable ever since. Ever since. That's my brother.
Visit GreyGoose.com, and in one click, you can have a Grey Goose holiday punch cocktail kit delivered to your door. The Grey Goose Holiday Punch cocktail kit comes with everything you will need to make a holiday punch. Grey Goose vodka, pomegranate juice, sweetened black tea, martini and Rossi Prosecco, and garnishes. Everything you will need to impress your holiday squad. And we won't tell them how easy it was. Cheers. Sip responsibly. Imported by Grey Goose Importing Company, Coral Gables, Florida. Vodka, 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from French wheat. Already. So it went from y'all having a single, How High in 95, and 6 years later, y'all make a movie.
Yeah. And then 2 albums. Talk
And
about
2
it,
albums. Like, we're going to get to those because Blackout and Blackout 2 listens to like, y'all, hey, yeah, hat off, brother, for damn sure.
Thank you, bro.
But How High the movie. Summer of 2001, my son was just born. He was born in January of that year. After the season,
Nice.
I'm in LA. How High is out on DVD and Life is out on DVD, right? I bullshit you not. I watch these both of these movies every single day, bro.
Oh, that's dope.
I watch How High every single day, like verbatim. Like, yo, I would sit there and I would laugh the same way every fucking time. Like
I love it.
every time I would laugh the same way because I would see something different. Like every time I watch it, like I would see something different, and I just laugh the same way. Like it could be on TV right now. It's halfway through it. I'm gonna stop and watch it. Like it's just like one of them movies for me that's like,
yeah,
like these boys did this, man. Like this is like, yeah, y'all was y'all self. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I still use some of them same terminologies to this day from that movie.
That shit on your lip got some shit on his lip.
You know what I'm talking about? Right, all of that. Hey, man, listen.
The beauty about
so what's that fragrance? It's Can I Buy for Men?
Right. The beauty about that movie was that it was written for us. It was written our voices. It was easy for us to go up there and just do Method Man and Redman, and I think it translated well on screen. You know, especially some of the a lot of the lines that people love in that movie, they were ad libs. You know, a lot of that shit on your lip got some shit on his lip.
You can't write that.
Can I buy for men? All that shit was just
you can't write that in.
Even the Mike Epps shit with the baby powder shit, a lot of that shit was like improv and shit.
Tell him powder.
And we just had fun, man. You know, the majority of the crew was weed smokers and they still got the job done. So it shows that stoners are not lazy people. We're more focused, if anything.
So I'm pretty sure y'all have been asked this before, but I got asked. So was y'all smoking for real or it was prop stuff?
It started out that way. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I could tell you which scene we was actually really smoking, and that was when we were in the car, got weed, got blunt. We had a real blunt sitting on the dash right in between us, the armrest right in between us. And in between takes, we was hitting that motherfucker. And a couple of times when they wanted us to cough, I wanted to give them a real cough. So I hit that motherfucker extra hard. So when I did that, that's a real cough. That was a real cough right there. But slowly but surely, as the movie progressed, our attention spans got a little bit, or we're starting to wane a little bit. And I had a nice little discussion with one of the producers who, you know, basically told me, look, I'm a producer. I can do this for the rest of my life, but that's your face on screen and you're going to be judged for your performance, not me. So what do you want to do? And that's when we chilled out and just started smoking the prop shit. That shit was getting me sick as fuck, though.
I could only imagine because you smoke for real. Yeah, I could only imagine how that made you feel.
Yeah, why you think you ain't get a high part 2 for being red yet? No,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm with it. Hey, listen, because
right.
I can only imagine. So you're doing movies, TV shows, rapping. So talk about the importance of having more than one source of income, bro.
Well, you know, I mean, if anything we learned from In Living Color with the Jamaican family, they was like, how many jobs he have? One job. Hey, he's willing to support you, your wife, your kids, your grandmother, your auntie. You know, it's always good to not put all your eggs in one barrel, you know, and or put all your eggs in one basket. For me, it was the music game is just so fruitful, you know. It's just so many perks that come with it. We got the best fans. Not taking nothing away from basketball fans or sports fans or you know, art or whatever your thing is. But music, like the fans are just rabid because they take moments out of their lives. Like they identify moments of their lives with certain songs and things of that nature. So for me, it was like, yeah, especially when Wu-Tang was riding that big wave, it was like, yeah, that's where I want to be at right now, you know. And I got a couple of offers here and there, and I took what I could in the time span that I had while I wasn't doing shows. And that kind of gave me an acting bug. So
Yeah,
for me, I knew that if I did a great job, not saying it would be there waiting for me, but there was always an opportunity for me to knock on the door and somebody would answer. And that's exactly what happened, because once the hip hop wave started to change a little bit and it started going in a whole different direction, I found it hard to not only get an album done, but to even tour, you know, at home, which I like doing more here than having to fly way overseas, because I just don't like to travel far. I don't know, that's just me and shit. If I can't get there in the car, I don't really like to go. But we were doing a lot of shows overseas, and I say about my fifth time going to some of the same spots that year, some of the same spots overseas, fifth time over there. I just got tired and was like, what are we doing? Like, how are we
yeah, I can
contributing?
understand.
At this point in the game, we should not just own something, but we should be running something. We should be able to be in the position that we weren't in, that the people were in that signed us and got us in the game. We should be in that position too. So how can I contribute? What can I do? All right, I'm gonna go see if I can still do this acting thing.
Yeah,
Started to jump full force back into that lightly though at first, because I was green again. I hadn't had my feet wet in so long. I didn't want to jump into something big and look ridiculous. The thing that started me off was the mortician. Shout out to my boy Gareth. Like I said, still green, but he gave me a
yeah,
shot to do in a vehicle where I could shine and basically step outside of my character.
yeah.
The next thing I did was I think it was the Cobbler. Yeah, that was years later
Okay.
with Tom McCarthy. And the way he explained things to me, if people would have explained acting to me, or just certain ways to go about a scene to me the way he did, I think I would have. I think I would have caught on way earlier. But that's what really like broadened my mind and said, you know what? I understand what's going on now. Maybe there is a spot for me. So
Yeah.
I dropped everything. Everything, went to LA with my manager, slept on her couch for like 2.5 months, a month
Yeah.
and a half maybe, went on auditions. I mean, I could have stayed at the W. I'm in LA, bro. I could have
Yeah.
stayed at the W, SNL Hotel, anything, any place I chose. I
Yeah.
chose to stay there, sleep on the couch, study, take my acting classes, take my ass to the gym, all that good stuff. And it paid off in the end. I paid my dues to be where I'm at today, man. And would I recommend everybody do it? No, I wouldn't
Already.
recommend everybody do it, because it's not easy as some. I know the greats make it look easy, but it's not as easy as it looks. And I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still
Yeah.
learning. I still have anxiety before I go on set, because someone explained to me those butterflies that I feel before I do a scene is growth. So I'll go with that.
Already. So to piggyback on that, you work with a lot of different actors and actresses. I'm saying a lot of different shows, movies, and things like that. So who helped you the most, or who are some of the people that contribute to your, I'm saying, being where you are in your acting career?
I say everybody, but if I have to say particular people, Maggie Gyllenhaal, she taught me a lot. Just being on the Deuce with her, and the producers from The Wire, who also did the Deuce, they taught me a lot. Different lessons here and there. The producers from Oz taught me a lot about being punctual and, you know, sticking to your word and showing up on time for things and not being a rock star when it's time to do work. A lot of little lessons here and there, but it made me into the person that I am now. But you know, like I said, you grow up and you watch people on screen, and when I first saw the Wiz, I thought Diana Ross was like superwoman. You know what I mean? Like she couldn't do any wrong. And to this day, I still hold that feeling for Diana Ross based off the Wiz. Now, yes, she did have a music career before that, but
Yeah.
as a child watching The Wizard of Oz, but with Black people and she was the lead, that was major for me right there, you know? Like,
Already.
wow.
That's what's up. So like you mentioned some of the roles that you've played, Cheese in the Wire, Daniels in the
Yeah.
Oz. I'm saying you've been in Belly, you've been in other. So which one of them roles do you favor most?
Ooh. The role I favor, I gotta keep it a buck. The role I favor the most out of all those roles that I play, I'm gonna go with the one I did with Redman because I was able to be free and be me. Not in every scene, but you know, it was easier for me to come to work every day with my partner, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
be in an unfamiliar space, but having it feel familiar because me and him can relate. So yeah, I'd have to say Silas P. Silas, how high?
That's what's up. That's music to my ears, I must say.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Yeah, so let's talk about your charity work, man, you've been doing, man. I know you got saying you got a cannabis company, Takal. So how are you helping, build that brand with what's going on around the world, man, the social injustice, racial equality and things that's going on, man. Let's speak on that
Well,
for a minute.
I think Nas and them have a documentary coming out about the legalization of marijuana, something along that line right there. And
Yeah.
I think that is honestly, it's tragic that there are people right now with blotches on their record, marijuana blotches on their records, and you have certain states that have legalized it and are honestly getting paid off of this same substance that people have on their record as an infraction. Um, Not only that, Black and brown people were disproportionately arrested for marijuana possession and things of that nature to the point where, you know, the majority of us were in there for these drug infractions. And for them to legalize it and then not even open it enough for us to have dispensaries of our own, Black-owned dispensaries, it's shameful, honestly, for lack of a better word, because here we are, uh, you know, the most incarcerated group in America, a lot of us for marijuana infractions, and here they are legalizing it, but not we don't even want the time back, but at least some kind of reparations that we didn't get from slavery. I mean, and I'm going a little far with it right now. People going to hate on this shit, but my thing
No,
is,
it's true.
why
True.
can't we give us the opportunity to own some of these dispensaries too? I mean, we put the work in. Honestly,
Yeah,
if you think about it, we put all the work in, and a lot of us were behind bars because of it. So the thing with Takal Official is we want to focus. I mean, we're going to hit different dispensaries, of course, but we want to focus on dispensaries for Black and brown people first, to bring more clientele to those people first, you know, have that dollar bill generate in our communities before it goes into other communities, you know. And a lot of these dispensaries, you think about it, right? Keep it a buck. When I was younger, when people came around Thanksgiving and gave out turkeys and things of that nature, you had soup kitchens and things of that. You would go get a plate. But when they came around and was giving turkeys out the back of the truck, that was the drug dealers.
Yeah.
who, you know, basically they were blood sucking the community because they were selling drugs and, you know, causing more harm than good in the community. But their way of giving back, it's not enough. But I'm saying, with that in mind, you take what's happening now with, you know, these dispensaries and things, even stores that are in our neighborhoods that don't even spend the dollar that they make off of us back in our communities. It's not even us who owns the freaking stores, you know? And that's basically the point we're trying to make with the Official is we want to keep some of this money and bring some of this outside money into our community first before we say, okay, now we're ready to break bread with the rest of y'all.
All right, that's what's up, man. I applaud you, brother, for doing something
Thank you.
positive, giving back to a good cause, man. That's what's up, man. Like I'm saying, we need more brothers like you doing more positive things, man, for other people. You know what I'm saying? So my hats
Yes, we
off
need
to you,
more
for
black
sure.
entrepreneurs. We need more black
Sure.
entrepreneurs and more programs to show not just the young men, but the young women how to create businesses and go into business for themselves. Because a lot of us are lacking in not just education, but social equality. Period. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, financial literacy, like all of it go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like
sir.
I'm saying,
Yes,
all go
sir.
hand in hand, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Like I want, man. Let's last but not least, let's talk about Wu-Tang. Wash your hands. Use a mask properly. Tough nothing. Avoid large crowds. Never touch your face when unclean hands.
I love
Go
it.
to the
I
hospital
love
if
it.
you have symptoms. I think that's dope, bro. Like,
Yeah.
did you like some thought went into this? It's needed.
That's the
We still have people that still don't believe that it's real. I'm saying, but nah, so I think that's dope, man. Let's talk. Yeah. So who initiated this? Was it your idea? Was it somebody like? Was it a group of y'all? But I'm pretty sure you had something to do with this.
No, I think it was a fan. And the thing that's crazy because we got fans. I'm not gonna say they like the Beatles fans, but we pretty close, man. And our fans they're dope. I mean, that was floating around for a while, that Wu-Tang when the coronavirus first hit. But then when the election started, I started to see, presidents are temporary, but Wu-Tang is forever. A lot of those popping up everywhere. And all I can say is, respect, man. I love the shit out the fans, man. Regardless to whom or what, man, I'm always going to stand with y'all, man. Fuck you, mean.
Already, that's what's
True
up.
fans.
Nah, you can definitely, I'm saying, y'all put the time in, the work in as a group, individual artists, blood, sweat, and tears, man. So y'all should be looked at as the Beatles, man. And there's no difference in a lot of people's mind, man, in opinion. So that's what's up.
Appreciate that,
man.
Appreciate that.
And on that note, man, I want to thank you. I appreciate your time, brother. I know you're a busy man, taking this time out, man, to be on Neat Unfiltered. It's been an honor and a pleasure to have you on, my brother. Stay blessed out here, stay soft. Already, brother.
Pleasure was mine, brother, for real, for real. And that work and the work you did in Denver, they should have retired your jersey, brother. You went out there and put in work, and you helped them a lot.
Already,
the mellow
brother.
Years. Am I correct? Brother? Come on now. Give it to
me.
I
was a part of his success out there, man, for 7 years. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So,
big part.
Already.
Big part.
That's what's up. No doubt.
All right.
Love
you always, brother. Respect.
Already.